This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, just about 6:53. It's time to get you ready to take on your Monday here in the morning sprint.
Emily Bloom live at the Coeur d'Alene Resort preparing for its annual Blues Festival.
Sydney Charles has the details on a series of tornadoes that tore through the U.S., killing more than 24 people.
And we will see some sprinkles today. Let's get to Mark Peterson with what we can expect.
And we're seeing some light snow into the Palouse at this hour. We take a look at our radar and satellite and put that into motion. And yeah, the Palouse picking up, again, some very light snow. We also see that to the west as you're heading out. So just take it easy again, not adding a lot to it. The mountains could see more over the next couple of days. We're going to have temperatures. They're going to be in the upper 40s, say 48 degrees. In fact, we'll have a slow climb into the 40s, but that'll be our afternoon.
Spokane police are searching for this woman, Jenny Barden. We first told you about her on Thursday when she was wanted for arson. Now, police want her for attempted murder and assault. Investigators believe she started this house fire near Garland and Wall Thursday. One person was seriously injured. Police say several others, including a 3-month-old baby, were endangered. Multiple family pets were also killed in the fire. If you know where Barden may be, you are asked to call 911.
A Grant County chiropractor is behind bars on child rape charges. Grant County Sheriff's deputies arrested Tyrone Truxler Friday. Investigators say a 6-year-old girl told her mother that Truxler had raped her at his Moses Lake house. Detectives are asking for the public's help. If you have any information, call the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
And some areas of the southern part of the U.S. are bracing for a more severe weather. This comes as recovery efforts are ongoing after a deadly tornado outbreak that swept across Mississippi and Alabama late Friday killed at least 26 people. In Mississippi, the monster tornado cut a 60-mile path of destruction across the state. And yesterday, cleanup and recovery efforts continued in hard-hit Rolling Fork, Mississippi, where an EF4 tornado flattened much of the community there. ABC is on the ground in Rolling Fork following the devastation. Coming up next on Good Morning America.
A new Idaho law restricting transgender students' choices in school bathrooms has just been signed by Idaho Governor Brad Little. The governor signed that legislation Friday, banning transgender students from using restrooms that do not align with their assigned gender at birth. That ban goes into effect on July 1st. Under the law, students could take legal action against the school if they encounter someone of the opposite sex in the restroom. The legislation also requires schools to have separate male and female restrooms and to make accommodations for students who do not want to or cannot use multi-occupancy restrooms or changing facilities.
Also signed by Governor Little, a law allowing execution by firing squad. It makes Idaho the latest state to return to older methods of capital punishment amid a nationwide shortage of lethal drugs. The legislature passed the veto-proof measure last week. Firing squads will only be used if lethal injection drugs are not available. Death row inmate Gerald Pizzuto had his scheduled execution postponed multiple times because Idaho hasn't been able to receive the drugs.
And we are live at the Coeur d'Alene Resort previewing the 13th annual Blues Festival that is returning this weekend. 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For those who have been here before, you can look forward to some of the classics. And they also have some newer events as well. They're bringing back the Sunday brunch at Dockside, a gospel brunch, that is. For those who are interested, you can find tickets at cdaresort.com.
New information on the search and rescue efforts in that devastating explosion at a Pennsylvania chocolate factory. Crews found 2 more bodies, bringing the total number of victims to 7. Those crews have been tirelessly searching for potential survivors since Friday using heat image technology and dogs. Law enforcement believes the 2 victims found last night are the final missing remaining people.
With TikTok under scrutiny in the U.S. as a national security threat comes the question, how hard would it be to ban the popular Chinese-owned app? Washington, D.C. could wield economic powers against TikTok's core business interests, but any ban, either by presidential or congressional action, could be challenged in court over First Amendment issues.
Well, spring is slowly approaching, but up in the mountains, many skiers and snowboarders, including me, took advantage of the fresh powder over the weekend with the new Terrain Eagle Peak freshly opened at Lookout Pass. The mountain's marketing director says it's been a hectic season with more visits. Lookout Pass will remain open 7 days a week until mid-April.
The Washington State Department of Transportation is in the early phases of designing and replacing 2 bridges that cross the North Fork of the Palouse River. And tomorrow you can attend an open house where the project will be discussed. The bridges cross the North Fork of the Palouse River on State Route 26 and US 195. Doors at the Whitman County Library in Colfax open tomorrow at 5:30 for the open house. Back with weather after this.